this is what, how do I explain this? There's a kind of react content, and it's like the worst kind of content on YouTube in a way. It's like the cheapest content on YouTube. It's, look, you can see every thumbnail, they're basically the same. Confusing, actually, all the thumbnails to me. All got her face and some shit in it. And what she's going to do is she's going to sit and watch the, I mean, I do it as well. It's the cheapest kind, but you can make it really cheap. Really cheap. You can make it like cheaper than, like, so.
With these theories on TikTok that will make us question reality. You guys.
So before I start with this girl, actually, I should show you Sniper Wolf, because Sniper Wolf's probably one of the cheapest. And you'll see it's the same.
Excuse me, man.
What?
It's the same sort of thing. Look, TikToks that do this, TikToks that do that, TikToks and TikToks, and I'm watching TikToks. Yeah.
Hello friends, it's me, and today we're gonna try not to get uncomfortable. It's gonna be very hard.
Here's a slice of cheese.
I'm watching
Yummy.
a TikTok.
Say when.
And the thing is, the reaction.
Ruined my whole day. I missed the person I was 30 seconds ago before having to witness this. I didn't think somebody could ruin Parmesan for me, but here we are. As long as it's from the cow and not the arm, then you're good. I felt some.
It's very basic. It's like, oh, I didn't like that. Oh, I made a slight sort of joke. Let's move on. I watched it. I said this. Let's move on. Like, it's very, very cheap.
On my leg. Oh, on the plane, there can only be one thing. Oh, they were cold. Do you know how far you have to reach your feet to touch the person in front of you? Hey, some people got long legs. No, that's nasty. Bro's raw dogging it
Like, it's the cheapest content,
on the
yeah.
plane. This is when it's okay to step on it, because you don't expect somebody's bare foot.
I don't want to.
Hello, friends.
I don't want to see the foot anymore.
Hello, friends. On my leg.
I don't want to see the foot anymore. Fuck off. So the thing is that what they do is they have, like, she's not, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I don't think she sat there and come up with this concept herself necessarily, and it's just one person in a bedroom. I think that there's a marketing team that sort of instructs you, like an agency team. There's a way of behaving like an influencer to a formula, and this formula, like, she's got 30 million subscribers, she's making loads and loads of money. My guess is that they say, right, here are the TikToks you're going to watch today. Watch them. This is what you're going to say about them, even. Say this. She's probably developed along the way, you know, to get there, but now she's probably got a team, like I say, of agents, and because it will involve marketing as well, won't it? It'll involve who's your latest sponsor and what do they, you know, approve of and stuff like that. And where's my fucking weed? I brought it in here before I started, didn't I? Like, am I that stupid? I obviously need that. Fuck. How could I be that stupid? Hang on. Cat in or out? Out. Right. So you've probably got a marketing team and, like, you know, people, your team, your agency team, and like, they're the ones that are telling you, put the G Fuel there, put this there, put that there, you know, like, you're advertising this, do that. And then they're also, no grinder, am I tripping? And then they're also, I'm just trying to get my words out. What I'm trying to say is there's an aggregation system. She's not watching random TikToks and deciding which ones are going to be good. She's not even watching the ones that just come up high on the trending necessarily. What they've got is they have aggregators, media aggregators, which know what's done well in different territories, what's done well, you know, around the world. You can even buy the media on these places. So a channel like This Is Your Daily Dose of Internet. Daily Dose of Internet. What Daily Dose of Internet does is they buy aggregated videos and then repurpose them and put them on YouTube. So these videos would have done well on, like, TikTok Spain, or like you know, the Japanese version of YouTube or something like that. They would have already been popular viral videos.
Daily Dose of Internet. One of my subscribers found this weird thing in the ocean.
If that's been sent to him by a subscriber, possibly.
Ay, grabe.
But it sounded like it was a foreign video, didn't it? So my guess is that's come from the aggregator. And this. I mean, I know this is coming from the aggregator because he said this is how this has happened. So you see, they're just really short, like TikTok-y.
This guy made his own super strong Spider-Man web.
Yeah, you see, it's just all short TikTok-y things, yeah? So you buy the right to broadcast these from the aggregator, who then gives the money to, like, if you want to sell your little viral video, or you've done a good viral video and it gets to the aggregator. So what Daily Dose of Internet does is they curate aggregated content. So on another website, like, let me just find one for you. YouTube clip aggregator by clips. Just trying to find it. Maybe if I take out YouTube. What's this? Curate your clips. I thought I'd be able to find these a bit easier. But you, digital video company, hang on. Online content aggregators can apply a methodology to design clips, the making of clips, aggregator website, a great news aggregator. Okay, the news aggregator, that's not what I'm looking for. Anyway, you can buy a load of clips. Why can't I find it? What if I put buy videos, copyright? I don't want stock videos. That's just going to come up now, isn't it? Loads of stock videos. But trust me, there are companies that aggregate and sell content. Maybe they're not designed to sell to the mainstream YouTube user like through this platform. No, maybe they're not got a big flashy website for you to get on. I'm not looking for stock. Like, you know, if you want to, if there's a viral clip and you want to play it and get, like, if you're in the media, you want to play that on your TV show. You don't just take it and put it on your TV show and like hope nothing's bad. Like, you contact the people, you buy it off them. You've got like a license. You know what I mean? Like broadcasting license. So there's broadcasting aggregators for clips. So my point being, this channel here does that and just presents the clips, yeah? Whereas this channel does that, but they have her talking over it as well. Like, she's not just found the most viral clips for today and then decided to talk about them. Like, if someone has, not her, you know, like, she just turns up, it's a bit like an Alan, isn't it? It's like a team thing. She turns on the computer, she's the face of the outfit, and she says something banal about each clip. And because the clips are collected by the aggregator, they're almost guaranteed to be interesting, successful viral clips. And because you've got a load of them in a video, now you've got someone's attention for the 8 minutes it takes to get your YouTube algorithm to pop, and you're happy. And, like, you know, this is her content, essentially. Her content is someone else's content that they bought wholesale, and she just says something banal over.
And you're good. I felt something tickle my leg. Oh, on the plane, there can only be one thing.
Little family meeting over here. Excuse me. Let me get a couple of y'all.
Excuse me, a couple of y'all. The forbidden scoop. Bro reached into the
And again, like, she might be editing all this, and I might be underestimating like what individuals do at this end of the scale. But from my experience, individuals at this end of the scale do not do their own editing, and someone else edits this for her and jazzes it up for the audience that are watching it, which is to keep their attention.
Handful. Do you not fear itself? He grabbed it like it was a handful of M&Ms. Those are spiders. I didn't know they would chill like that. This fell out of my burger.
And she didn't even say anything, did she? She didn't even say anything. She said they are spiders. So that's really cheap content. I think it's rubbish, yeah? She's Sniper Wolf. Now, this one I found, this is what's so brilliant about this. This is why I wanted to bring this to your attention. This is why I needed to give you a bit of an overview. Perky's got nearly 7,000 subscribers. I'd never heard of her. And when she'd come up on the algorithm or something, I wouldn't be interested because it just looks like Sniper Wolf stuff. It just looks like cheap React. But there's a theme here. Eye-opening theories on TikTok, mind-blowing TikTok theories, very surprising theories on TikTok, shocking TikTok theories, disturbing TikToks, creepy TikToks, spooky TikToks that will make you question everything. It's not just the TikToks thing, is it? It's this rethink everything. Rethink everything. I don't want to rethink everything. She's one of these, look. Hi y'all, it's Perky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. You'll see a lot of reactions, including my views and opinions about the videos I watch. Meh. We are going to grow together, and I just want to give all praise to the Most High Yahuwah and Yashuha HaMahashlish for blessing me with this platform. I also want to thank each and every one who are going to be part of this journey. We're on the road to 1 million subs. We're halfway there. I mean, honestly, she is on the road to 1 million subs. But with this...
This is so...
Not this. This is the advert. You can chuff off. One. Skip. Right, with this.
See theories on TikTok today that will make us question reality, question life, rethink everything, reshape our mind. Can't wait to get into this. Again, if you guys have any videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook that you guys want to send over for us to react to, link is in the description down below. Please add the Discord.
She's got autofocus on. I don't think she's got the same team like other people have.
That is how I get all these videos out. Y'all see me with the merch. Burnt offering, y'all. Be a burnt offering, but not only burnt offering, I have discipline over desire,
selling all this stuff on the internet. So is it about learning and becoming woke? Sorry, woke, not woke. Awake to the new, new media agenda and the Matrix and all this stuff, or is it that she's selling this stuff?
Department, super faith. I have merch, and it's not just shirts, it's hoodies too. Y'all go check that out. The link is in the description. Shopperky.com.
It's also very interesting that this stuff would be like, if the Matrix and, rethinking reality and all that, all this conspiracy stuff, what would it be doing on fucking mainstream TikTok so that you could broadcast it on YouTube? Or how would they share them? Wouldn't they shut down that message? You know what I mean? So the first time that they suggested in the media that TikTok was owned by China and was in China, your algorithm is all about becoming an astronaut and working hard for society, and in mainstream Europe and America, your algorithm on TikTok is all about being a fucking nutter and losing your way in the world. And it feels to me, for the first time ever, that might be a reasonable argument, because if you're finding all this rubbish on TikTok that we're about to see, and you're then promoting it on YouTube, it feels like through a Chinese algorithm you've been fed a load of rubbish and it's confused you. But this is where we're at now.
I'm trying to make everything easy and simple for y'all, so y'all ain't gotta do a lot of typing. All the links is in the description. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into today's reaction video. Thank you, Heavy, for the video.
The theories and all that, it don't matter. A lot of people won't get it, but a lot of people will. If you have the spiritual eyes to see, you definitely gonna see it because it's right there in your face. So in this part right here, Jamie Foxx just got through telling the...
So she didn't react to that. She didn't say anything about it. She just made a face.
But like, I ain't never seen you laugh. Like, I've never seen you laugh. Now it's hitting him like, hold on, something ain't right. Everybody in here laughing. What's going on? He figuring it out like it's something in his food. So in this part, she done, seduced the man, talk to him real slick, real smooth to get him to take her to the office. She done found the tape recorder with the...
Like, what even is going on? I don't know what this woman is describing in her video. She's describing a TV show that she's recorded on her phone, and she's filming it on her phone or filming it on her iPad or something. Like, we're watching it through it. Like, it's not media production, this. And then we're watching Perky watch it, and she hasn't said anything yet still.
Experiment of them search.
Hold on, I got part two.
Alright,
You haven't got part... No, that was part one. I need you to react to it now. You're reacting to the content. Please say so. They know, hold on, I've got part two. What the fuck was that? Explain it to me at least.
this is part two from what I noticed in
Big up Sandy.
this movie. If you my people, go tap in and watch this movie. They clone
Okay, it's a film she's talking about, right?
Tyrone because they literally put it in our face.
Okay, now I seem to understand. Right, so there's a film called They Clone Tyrone, and she's saying that the methods that are used to clone Tyrone in the film are also being used in real life to clone people. That's what she is suggesting. But I've had to do all the reacting because Perky's not. But this is the state of reacting these days.
They putting it right in our faces, right? Excuse the language. So while they in the beauty shop trying to see what the government officials is doing, Jamie Foxx is in the back of the van. It's all in the juice. Now this is the part that made me bust out crying. Like
this, the react here is to laugh at it, isn't it? Like, I think there was an edit here, look, while she does this smile. And she's laughing.
Just doing, Jamie Foxx is in the back of the van. It's all in the juice. Now this is the
There's an edit there. Surely she burst out laughing. Because that's a big joke in the film, isn't it? It's all in the juice. Come on.
part that made me bust out crying. Like, you gotta pay attention. Mind you, he had said straight is greater. That's what he first said before everything popped off. He didn't know that.
You gotta go to the last stop on the train, young blood. Dude. From. One straight answer. Straight answer.
Listen.
Where did everybody go to get an answer?
Where do everybody go to get answers?
Church. God. Man will always point the way.
What? I mean, that's really cryptic because some people get answers from the Google these days. I mean, what do you want about?
Oh, yeah.
So, bear in mind, we've been watching this fucking TikTok. I've been pausing it and reacting to it. She hasn't.
He sure will.
That's a theme with this that I can't keep reiterating, but it annoys the piss out of me.
There's 10 churches in the Glen. Which one? When you're trying to get out of Babylon, where
Listen.
else you gonna go?
Babylon. Come on now. Don't mind the picture in the back. I just need something that's background. So just let me stop. You know,
She's laughing at her. Like, literally is laughing at her. Maybe that's the reaction.
the video right quick and let me say this. Okay, so y'all have to pay attention. I don't watch the movies just to watch them for entertainment. I watch to see what they really putting down, what they talking about. Now, we all know Jamie Foxx went missing behind this movie. They cloned Tyrone.
That was the reaction. They said right, and I don't know if she meant it like sarcastically or not. I can't.
And you will see why once you watch the movie, you see what's really going on. They putting it in our face. Okay. See, they try to portray a lot of old heads. Yes, they be drunk. Yes, they be high off drugs. But a lot of these old heads that be sitting out in the front of these stores be full of knowledge and wisdom. Okay? Pay attention.
We're now on to part 3 of the analysis of why this film about cloning black people is the reality of. I assume it's about like black culture, and it's not just a general film, because there was the like specific aspects of black culture being referenced there, wasn't there? And still no reaction though. Still no reaction. Plus, this is not a mind-altering TikTok that's going to make me rethink reality, unless you make me rethink the like. I didn't realise this, because this is reality, which is that she sat there broadcasting these TikToks on her channel without saying anything. And somehow marching her way to 1 million subscribers. That's reality, and I question that.
Is that not the same juice that was just in the van? You gotta understand these abominable churches.
I'm gonna be honest, I loved the
There we
movie.
go.
When I was watching it, I
Okay.
enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm a movie girl. So this
So wait, so we're reacting to the movie and not the TikTok, or are we reacting to both now?
is something I definitely had to see. I advise for everyone to go watch it if you haven't watched it. It's been out for a while now. I'm just
Is this just an advert for a film that's dressed up as like? I hope she's getting paid to advertise the film, because at this level on YouTube, where you've got like 87,000 views on a video and you're up to nearly 1 million subscribers, like you can actually get agencies to get products to promote in your videos, can't you? But you'd have to put advert on it, wouldn't you? So maybe it's not. I don't know. Just really confusing for me.
saying, for those that maybe lived under a rock and didn't know that was out, it literally makes sense on kind of why Jamie moved the way he moved. Because of this movie, I was like, wow, y'all put a lot in it. What's crazy is that they put all this stuff out before they do it. Does that make sense? Or they put it out while they're doing it. It's just that certain people grasp and hold on to what they're doing.
I don't know if you noticed, right, but there are movies about basically fucking everything, all sorts of different stuff. I don't know who they is. I don't know who they is that wrote the movie or produced the movie, like whether they're the same they that you mean, but the people that wrote and produced that movie, and you know that they're not producing all the other movies. So I think you might mean 2 separate days. Maybe there's an overarching day that produces all the movies in all the different countries and all the different places and all the different time zones and cultures. And but does this mean that, you know, I mean, I watched Tom Hanks' Big when I was little. Was that in some, maybe I shouldn't have said this, because maybe the next episode is going to be, you know, why they're turning me into an adult even though I'm a child in an adult body. Like maybe it's an analogy for that, you know, in some way. He says with his Rick and Morty hoodie on.
While other people like it's just a movie. But then it goes back to the agenda that they're really trying to do is they're trying to make the people that catch on to it make them look crazy, while the other ones would like, it's just a movie, it's just a cartoon, it's just a game. Thank you, DeAndre, for the video.
And guess what I found?
Okay.
That there's only one disease. Not two, not three, one. What did you say? I say, Your Honor, there's only one disease.
So she just basically took what was said in that TikTok and was like, yes, that's correct.
The judge said, what is it? I said, you already know. She said, try me.
Maybe I should be doing
I said,
this.
Your Honor.
Listen, I'm reacting to YouTube videos like properly by pausing them and talking about them and creating a conversation. Maybe I should just do this. Maybe I should just have TikTok on the side and just be like watching it. At the end, I'll say something for 2 seconds and then we move on.
When someone has sinusitis, what is obstructing the nasal passage?
Hey, well, when someone has, okay, no, mucus is not the correct answer there. When someone has sinusitis, what obstructs the nasal passage is the swelling, isn't it? It's the swelling. So this guy, I've heard this guy talk before actually on some other things. He's a bit, maybe I'm confused, maybe I haven't heard him talk, but I think he's a bit of a nutter as well. I'm guessing they're all going to be. Thank you for the tier sub, Red Fan. Thank you. And Ali Foxy picked up the tier sub. Thank you for that.
And when another has bronchitis, what is obstructing the bronchial tubes? She said mucus. And when another has pneumonia, what's covering the cells of the lungs? She said mucus.
Well,
jumped up and said, what about AIDS? He want to know where the mucus. I said, Your Honor, have you been to an AIDS ward?
What?
She said, yes. I said, what is it that the AIDS spits up every 5 minutes? She said,
the AIDS doesn't spit.
Mucus. Where is the mucus? It's in the skin.
The mucosal layer goes throughout, like it covers your gut as well. Like, you know, it's like a whole, like when COVID came around, it was interesting that when you contracted the disease in nature, it got into that mucosal layer, and there was a mucosal form of antibodies in that layer could travel around the system. Like, it works much better than having a vaccine in one certain place that didn't enter that mucosal layer. And so there's a lot of biology and interesting stuff going on. This guy doesn't really understand it in that level. He's just like, there's mucus. I'm not going to do his voice. And then there's like mucus everywhere, and then mucus is bad, and where's mucus? And like, right, since you don't understand things properly, it's easy to confuse you, isn't it?
It's in the blood and the lymphatic system.
Mucus is mucus in your blood? I don't think it is. I don't think it should be mucosal layer. Yeah, I'm not even going to question my own brain there. Of course mucus isn't in the chuffing blood.
That makes up the immunological system. That is where you find the mucus.
What?
Mr. Victor Herbert.
Shout out to Carrie.
I found the natural eye drops.
She didn't even react to it. She didn't even say anything. She said shout out to Carrie and moved on. Like, what? That was just broadcasting I really want to, like, I'm going to have to, I feel bad, like report that for misinformation. Mucus in the blood. I won't report her because I don't want she's got millions of subscribers and they're all going to jump on and hate me. Like, but what? Maybe I shouldn't poke the bear here, because like maybe this is one where they've got like fucking, like, you know, we could get like loads of people giving me shit over this. I hope they're wise enough to realise that I'm allowed to have my own opinions just as she is, and I'm allowed to critique them just as she is critiquing or not critiquing. Actually, this is a different point, isn't it? Like, when I do reacts, I tend to pick out people whose opinions I kind of disagree with, so I've got something to debate and talk about. I say debate, you know, highlight, talk about. Maybe, you know, I raise who are people I see as lolcows, and also I see grifters, people who are trying to confuse people so that they get benefit out of it, which is what this is, in my opinion. You know, selling your t-shirts and all that based on the support you get for the sharing of this confusion. But I don't know where she quite sits on it, and I'm a bit worried that, like, because I'm going to cut this, I'm going to put it on YouTube, aren't I? Pinky, like, welcome to Pinky Super Chuffer Reacts. It's the first time I've reacted to one of her videos, and I'm already like, what the fuck? And the beauty of it, like I said, was you've got people like Sniper Wolf who are doing like the same thing, but just so, or it's the other way around, isn't it? Sniper Wolf exists doing like really cheap TikTok React content, yeah, and then Perkyy has taken the format, and instead of the content being the cheapest viral cat videos and someone having a Rick and Morty. Actually, I'm so old now saying about Rick and Morty and their sex offenders. But someone doing a pickle Rick in the soup in the McDonald's for their Szechuan sauce. Yeah, like because what am I trying to say? Instead, they've substituted the content and they put the conspiracy content in. And now it's like the same format, but it's the conspiracy content. I'm actually quite surprised and like there's something interesting about the fact that it works. So in some way I feel like I should respect the fact that she's done that, because like congratulations on sort of lifting someone else's format. I'm not saying it was this Sniper Wolf and she'd copied Sniper Wolf or anything. I'm just saying like there's the format and which is a reasonable thing to do on YouTube, taken the format and then twisted one or switched one thing to make it your own. And there you are, like, you know, and it's successful. So in a way I kind of think well done, but in another way I think I wish you weren't confusing people with all this nonsense. Because she didn't even react to it, did she? She didn't even say, no, that's nonsense, what he said. It was as if she just either didn't understand it or didn't have an opinion, but that's not the thing, because you're doing a react. Like, you've chosen to play that video on your content. You've chosen to do that. So why did you put that one in if you have nothing to say about it? Or maybe it's the fact that she's put it up on there mean that she tacitly approves of it and has no react, because her reaction is, this is the truth, brilliant, well done. Is that what she thinks? This guy, I have heard him before. He's a bit off it. He's a bit of a... None of the things he says seem to really make sense. So that's my introduction to Sniper Wolf. Should we play another one? Should we have another bit to finish us off?
Look at this. Oh my...
5 minutes.
It does seem... I hope I'm not coming across in a bad way here, but it does seem that she's deliberately curating content for black culture. Like, because the first one was about, like... And then... That guy is the guy that we've just seen talking about the mucus. I think he talks about race issues as well in a religious bent.
Where is the mucus? Makes to her.
And then this next one's set in Jamaica, so maybe there's like a theme here. I don't know.
Perkyy.
I found the natural eye drops in Jamaica.
Oh my God. Look at this. Oh my God. This?
What?
What?
Look at the mucus coming out of her eyes. Look at the mucus coming out of her eyes. You see it?
Mucus, again. Mucus? I mean, you can force mucus out. Could you? I mean, your eyes, your teardrops are a duct and they produce saline tears. Like, the mucus is in your nasal system, and like have you ever seen it on like where they push milk out of their eye or something? Like you know, you can make those connect, I think, and you can probably have mute. But I think what's more likely is that whatever you've just dropped in your eye has its own, like, because it's out of a plant. I don't know if you ever squeezed any of the juices out of a plant. They themselves are quite like sticky, and it might be like in aloe vera where, like, you know, it could have an antiseptic quality or something. Maybe it's safe to put in the eye. I don't know what that particular plant is, so I wouldn't be putting it in my eye. But my guess is whatever you just put in the eye is now coming out and it's gooky. It's not that there's any mucus in your eye that you're drawing out with this plant. That would be insanity.
When I saw it in...
Obviously it's making you stuff come out. You just put it in your eye, so it's going to come out. Your eye is going to tear up and see that as a, whatever you've put in, it's going to see it as a foreign body and it's going to try and remove it.
U.S. Virgin Island, it was called African tulip, but
It doesn't look like her eye is very happy about it.
It's called donkey pee in Jamaica.
Like a little eyedropper. I'm like, oh my God. What do I do? You ready to take some eye drops? Coming out?
Immediate African tulip benefits: mucus drainage, refreshed feeling, repairs eyesight, hydrates eyes. If there was mucus in your eyes, it would drain and you would... What? Mucus drainage, refreshed feeling, repairs eyesight. That's silly because like your eyesight, if your eyesight is damaged for any reason, like the repair would either have to be to the like the cornea or the, like, imagine you've got glaucoma. Like, you're not going to repair it with an eye drop. Hydrates eyes, no. I'm going to say no. I mean, putting water in your eyes theoretically hydrates, like, you know, okay, that thing is liquid and it goes in your eye, but then your eye has to cry to get rid of it. And so I suppose that's hydrating in a way, but then you're left with less water in the system because you've been crying. So hydration comes from within. And again, like, you're probably better off drinking that than you are putting it in your fucking eye. African tulip, let me find out. African tulip eye drops. If the thing is about, see, look, you can get it as actual eye drops, fucking hell. Or maybe you can't, maybe these are just eye drops. Eye bright tulip eye drops help to eliminate blurry vision, clear appearance. What you'll get is, may cause a slight burning sensation. What you'll get is, if there are benefits to natural ingredients. Okay, so how do I explain this, right? What you'll get in these eyedropper tinctures, for example, is the exact thing that works. That, like, let's say in the thing that you put in the eye from the African tulip, there's a couple of compounds in there that actually do something good. Then what you can do is you can go in the lab and you can go in the lab and you can refine the things and take out just the compounds, and then it's pure, and then you can use that. And that's what medicine and chemistry and, you know, medicine is. Colloquial, you know, traditional medicines, they also have impurities. Like, you can't make a consistent medicine because each one of those eyedroppers has grown slightly bigger and smaller than the other, and like some might be stronger and weaker, and different like genetics of different plants might produce slightly different. Like, you can't be consistent. I know, for example, with flavoring, there's a flavoring you can get from bananas, and if you get the natural flavoring from bananas, that's good, isn't it? It's the natural flavoring. It's the natural flavoring from the banana. But when you do it, the process, you also work in impurities, and it's kind of like a dirtier flavor, and it can sometimes be toxic, or like, you know, if the ye old process of scraping the banana skin and leaving it out in the sun to dry and all this, if it goes wrong, you could get mold growing on it or something. Whereas in the lab, it's just the pure thing. They do it in the lab, and there's none of that impurities. They've not dried it on a leaf on a tree bark in the sun. Like, it's pure. And so the flavoring that you get, if you want to have the artificial flavoring, oh no, it's artificial. Yeah, but it's exactly the thing you want. Whereas if you go with the natural flavoring, oh, that's natural flavoring, it's much better for me. Good on the side of the packet. But it's also got all these other impurities and rubbish in it that make it bad. So it's not just to say that artificial and natural is like artificial is bad and natural is good. You know, they're buzzwords, they're marketing words to try and sell you something. Like, and as we can see here, there may be some, it may just be that people believe there's a benefit to this particular plant, and so they've decided to make eye drops and sell them to them. Or it may be there is some benefit, but I would much rather put like an actual eye drop into my eye than something I've picked off a plant. Like, what if that plant has like been, what if like there's been a fly laid its egg on it or something, and you can't see and you drop it in your eye, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just, my overall general, like, I know that if you're in the jungle and like they can get a plant and put it on your arm and that heals it and it's better. And I know there are some things we don't understand yet, but this just seems like a traditional sort of thing that people have done over the time with these plants, and now we don't need it anymore because we've got proper medicine. So I'd go with the proper medicine every time. Big ups JJ Kane. Thanks for the subscription.
I'm not saying it's true or false. It's just that when it comes to the eyes, I'm just not putting anything and everything in there, but I do believe in natural remedies. I truly do. It's just that something that I find I'm not immediately, no, I would have to do research first, but that's very interesting. I mean, I'm not surprised if this is really a thing. It actually sounds cool. It's just, now what if that would have been like super glue, when she would have super glued her eyes shut? The idea.
Wow, what a reaction. So I'm not saying it's bad because someone sent this, or like, you know, we're showing it and it's popular. So I'm not saying it's bad because it's popular, but I wouldn't put it in my eyes because there's a legal problem with me showing these videos on YouTube and saying this is great, put it in your eyes. Because if someone goes and does that, they might potentially come back and say, I watched this YouTube video, and then I would get in trouble. So rather, what I'll do is I'll make sure I'm in line with terms of service and say don't put anything in your eyes. And of course it's fucking stupid, so I wouldn't put it in my eyes, but maybe it's good, you know. And I believe believe in natural remedies as just a cover-all blanket statement, which doesn't really, like, what I said made some sense logically, but I believe in natural remedies is just a general statement with no backing to it. So not a proper react, in my opinion, again, but at least she said something about it because she was forced to, because if she didn't, she might have been liable for people putting shit in their eyes in the garden. You know what I mean?
That we're going to send in offensive equipment and have planes and tanks and trains going in with American pilots and American crews. Just understand, don't kid yourself, no matter what.
So already this Biden clip has been taken out of context because you didn't hear the first bit that he said. He might have said, you know, we don't want to do these things because if we did, you would see on the media us going in with planes and tanks and guns. He might have been against it. You don't know what he's saying, and they put the weird music on and it says World War III. And for a TikTok, this is one of the worst things in the world. They've formatted it like a YouTube video on the sideways. So you've got black bar at the top and bottom for a TikTok. It's just black at the top and bottom. And they've stretched it even. So what they could have done is they could have not stretched it as much, had it taller, more zoomed in, and just had Joe Biden's face in big on the fucking TikTok. So it shows you the level of the person that's creating the media is very, very, like, can't even format a video for the right format. So, like, they managed to put the dark music on it, though. Ooh, this would be good. She's got a half smile on as well, because she knows this ticks boxes with the people who watch her videos.
You all say that's called World War III. Today, I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine.
Oh, it's the Ukraine thing, right? If anyone doesn't realise, if anyone's not switched on, okay, war in the Ukraine was... I'm not going to say, like, you know, it was pre-planned or anything like that, but before it happened, like, Boris Johnson was going over to Russia a lot, talking to people. Like, when it's happened, I'm not like some conspiracy theorist, but check this out, right? When it's happened, it's fucking money bonanza. That's what it is for the conservative right wing in the UK who control our government, from the American government who've decided to cash in as well. Because you take taxpayer money and you send it to Ukraine. Oh, well, that's not bonanza, is it? You've lost all that money. You've lost the money. No, you haven't lost the money. Don't worry, America. Don't worry, UK. That money comes straight back because Ukraine use it to buy fucking tanks and bombs and rockets and shit. And where did they get them from? England and America. So I'm sending tanks or I'm sending planes. That might sound lovely and humanitarian, but remember, we're also sending fucking loads of money so they can use it to buy tanks and planes and bombs. And like, we're also getting all the kickback. So it's just an exercise in selling guns. And we've been selling guns for years around the world. That's what we do. We don't make the money off it as people in the streets. Like, she's not making a buck off a sold missile that goes off to Ukraine or Syria, or, you know, however many we shoot in Syria, they've got to be paid for. Like, you know, like, she doesn't make the money because they take the money out of her pocket and my pocket and your pocket in taxes, and they give it to the places like the Ukraine and this and that, and then they spend it and it comes back. And who gets the monies? Oh, like, you know, the massive gun company that makes tanks and bombs and rockets. Oh, they're heavily involved in the right-wing Conservative Party in England, and they're heavily involved, you know, big donators to the right, to the Republicans in America. You know, oh, right, okay, yeah. The arms manufacturers. And they're our friends, but we can't do a, you know, you can't go on the political... Imagine I went on standing for office and I said, listen, what I'd like to do is take your taxpayer money and make fucking bombs out of it. Like, there's a bit of that, obviously. We need to support the troops, and we're going to go to war in Iraq and, you know, and all that. You know, there's a bit of that. But also, I want to spend fucking more money. I haven't had enough of your money on bombs. I want more money for bombs. And people are like, I don't know if we want bombs these days. Can we have less bombs, fewer bombs? You know, all right, well, I'm not spending it on bombs anymore then. Just, I'm going to build a wall and I'm going to stop the immigrants and I'm going to do whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want. And then later on, it's like, oh, also, by the way, let's send some money for the bombs. Like, come on, wakey.
Done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things
And I'm not saying Joe Biden's at fault here. I'm saying Joe Biden's a humanitarian, and the process of humanitarian aid gets hijacked by people who are like, yeah, absolutely, Joe, send some more money. And then when it gets to the Ukraine, they're like, do you realise you want to buy that new tank and that new plane with that money, yeah? You don't want to spend it on anything other than bombs, do you? You know, okay, fine.
Oh, okay.
I found a video of fans chasing Justin Bieber while shape-shifting.
She didn't react to it. I did the react. I said I can't keep saying it, but Justin Bieber shape-shifting now. What? Look, I think that maybe the video quality's not good enough. That's an advert. That's enough for me. Thank you, Perkyy, for our first introduction to Perkyy. I'm going to cut that and put it on Super Chuffer for you. And I bet I get loads of shit. You watch. I bet I get more shit than I do support. Because she's got fucking 700,000 subscribers. And she gets like hundreds of thousands of views on these videos. So maybe I'm in line for some shit. But I just can't help it. I just discovered it. Thought I'd talk about it. I've explained why I think it fits this cheap media format and how it's taken it and twisted it for a different agenda, or utilised it for, I don't know what you'd say. Like maybe she believes all that shit. This is the thing with these people. I find it really difficult. Maybe she believes all that shit, but she's also on YouTube, which is owned by Google, like, and she's making money selling T-shirts and stuff. So it feels like there's a market on the internet, right? There's a market, and there's a market of people that are socially disenfranchised, believe all this weird shit. Like they could be flat earthers, they could be QAnoners or whatever, you know, different kinds of groups of people. And there's a whole market of them out there, and they want media. So you can make media for them and make money, you know? That's like in the same way as there's a makeup influencer market, and there's a true crime world, and there's a whatever else. Like if you want, you don't have to believe in it. You know, you don't have to like football to do a football show, but it might help. But then with this, since you're not doing anything, you're just sitting there while these things play. I don't think it matters. Maybe you know, maybe it does matter. I don't know. But I suppose you have to be believable enough to your audience that you are genuine in your belief in this, don't you? And then that's part of the grift for me for some of them. I don't know about Perkyy. She might believe it, but I think there's some of them out there that don't give a shit and they're just using it. And like maybe they're interested a bit, maybe they think this and that, but ultimately they're not gonna like abandon their, like when we talk about ethics and stuff, like if you're really deep into this and you believe all this shit, what are you doing selling T-shirts on a YouTube channel? Like, you know, the overlap between TikTok and YouTube where you can make money, that's where you're sitting, not in some sort of social change perspective. Like, or maybe this does change society through the sharing of these ideas. Maybe it's that. It certainly changes the amount of money you've got for some people. So I worry that like, because they talk about shills a lot of the time, especially in this world, they talk about shilling, and I worry that whilst you're not sponsored by G Fuel, like there is still an element of shilling the whole concept and the ideas and keeping people going on this whole treadmill that keeps you rewarded. Yeah, but they will be interesting to watch and critique, absolutely, because this is going to be the source now for a few weeks for me. If we keep coming back to Perkyy, depending on how it goes, it can be the source of some I don't mind looking at alternative ideas and being open-minded to them. Like those ones were transparently bad, but you know, maybe something will come up and it'll be actually, I'll say, oh wow, actually, that's an interesting point. You know, maybe that, who knows? But I don't have to do all the aggregating. Perkyy can do it for me, I suppose. I don't know, what do you think in chat? Do you think that goes to Battery Exhausted or Super Chuffer for you? Which with those two channels do you think Perkyy most best sits on? Because it's Twitch React content that we're doing, that's Super Chuffer for you. But it might be a nutter, that's Battery Exhausted. You think Battery Exhausted? You think Super Chuffer for you? It's a bit in the middle, isn't it? It's a bit of both. Head scratcher, that one. I kind of think Super Chuffer for you is like chill, like there's no like Scott's not doing any moaning and complaining, although he did a little bit the other day about the bartenders. I don't know. Nutters on Battery Exhausted, more serious stuff on Super Chuffer, and the video stuff when we get going, and then Super Chuffer views the other